Alright guys, welcome back fellow junkies. Like always you guys, we are the Horror Junkies 519.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Kyle. And we're back here with episode 16 of the Gory Details. You know, we're starting to get up in our old age as far as our channel, not us. We stay young forever.
It's our sweet 16, and we didn't get a car or a sweet party, and
we didn't even get a sweet entrance.
we didn't even get a rapper.
I mean, then again, we're not rich though either. We're not spoiled, rich, brat, little fuckers.
Yeah, but we do have something great for you guys. We got another great review video.
And it's coming. So let's go ahead, Jeff. I believe this is your role. So let's hope you roll something good for this super sweet 16. Maybe we should ride in on a camel. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty badass.
As long as they don't spit. Well, they can spit at people that we don't like. But why would we invite those people?
And we got Fade to Black.
Oh my god! I love this fucking movie. Okay, I'm excited. Oh, are you guys still watching? Shit. Alright, you guys, so, like you said, Fade to Black. This is a very well-known slasher movie from what I can tell. But, I mean, this one was a pain in the ass to get because it's out of print. So, if you guys don't have it, try and get it. It's definitely worth it. So, I mean, even the guy behind me agrees. He looks a little fat, though, so it's a little weird. So, we'll deal with that later. So, you guys will be back after we watch this movie, after our feature presentation. I was watching a VHS documentary earlier, so now I'm all VHS out again. Huh. Alright guys, we'll leave you alone for now. Guys, come back in a minute and we'll tell you what we thought of this movie. Alright guys, the screen fades to black on Fade to Black. Yeah, I'll go with that. Alright guys, so we just finished this whole amazing slasher movie. I mean, it's very well known. If you guys don't know it, definitely check it out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the plot of this movie. Basically, like I said, Fade to Black came out in 1980. So that's the era we're in. Definitely a good era for slashers. Alright, so basically the story of this, we're basically following a kid named Eric Binford. We had to double check the name before we started this video. Yeah. Go figure. So basically we follow him. He's the main character in the story, aka the killer as well. So he's obsessed with movies. He's a film junkie, not a horror junkie. He's not. We haven't snapped yet. So basically he's obsessed with film. He always watches movies. He lives his life like a movie. He freaking just always watching movies. His job is like in the movie business. I mean, it's swallowed his entire life. So he kind of meets this girl who looks like Marilyn Monroe, but she doesn't at all. She pretty much just has blonde hair, and that's probably the only thing that is resemblant.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, you know, she's Marilyn to him, so they get to know each other. They go on a date. She stands him up on accident. Accident.
Bullshit.
Yeah, always bullshit. Fucking women. Just kidding.
Whoa. Sorry,
guys. Everybody.
If we have any female viewers, there's, you know,
I'm just
we
kidding.
don't have anything against women.
Yeah, just kidding. Alright guys, so basically, after that, he pretty much snaps, and his first kill is his aunt. I mean, so that's where it all begins. He starts killing off the people that have wronged him in any way, shape, or form, or get in his way in any way, shape, or form like that. But, I mean, that's kind of a wrap on that. I mean, he does every kill kind of resemblant of a classic movie, so that's kind of very cool because, you know, you don't see things like that in too many slashers. I mean, this was very thought out. He was very methodical, very, like, how he was going to dress for each kill, like, how he went about things. I mean, very cool movie. So, Jeff, if you want to go ahead, I mean, we got, as far as the body count, we got 5 kills in this movie overall. So, Jeff, do you want to roll into your favorite kill?
Okay, my favorite kill is there's these dudes at his job, and he asked them, I believe, like a trivia question, and they owed him money. Well, they didn't give it to him, and frankly, they were assholes. And one of the guys, actually, is Mickey Rourke, which is pretty cool. So these guys are at the pier or whatever, the boardwalk. This movie was filmed in California, and I'm pretty sure there's like a boardwalk type thing down there. Never been to Cali, so...
Sad day.
Anyways, and they're walking down this like really foggy, dark part of the pier, and the killer comes out, and he's dressed like a cowboy. He's supposed to be a famous Western actor. I forgot the dude's name.
We don't know him.
Yeah, we didn't.
We're not the Western
we didn't
junkies.
know. Unless they have Clint Eastwood in them. Other than that, I don't know a whole lot about them. Anyways, and they have a shoot off, and he gives the dude a cap gun. And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure," but the other guy, the killer, has a real gun, and I don't know. I just like that the mask,
The
and
setup and everything.
his little walk and everything. It was just like
Yeah.
it was perfect. That's the other thing too. This killer really stays in character with
Yeah.
every person he is when he kills someone.
It's definitely a different slasher than most. I mean, usually every killer stays the same in every kill, no matter what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, so definitely this movie is a lot more entertaining as far as just regular kills go. I mean, none of these kills are anything special. So for mine, I'm gonna go with in part of the movie before Eric goes nuts. He gets with a hooker. Well, he's trying to get with a hooker, and she's like, "I'm working," and he's like, "Well, I have $10. What'll that get me?" Basically, the girl says, "Not a fucking thing," and she moves on and goes on with her day. But after he snaps, he goes and finds this girl again dressed up like Dracula, as you can see him doing in the makeup here in the background, but he does the full thing. So basically, I mean, he really doesn't even do anything besides chase her down, but she takes out a picket fence, and a piece of the fence goes into her neck. It's probably the most gory kill of them all. But then after that, I mean, he's staying in character, and he bites her in the neck. He straight up, he thinks he's Dracula, and he's enjoying the shit out of himself, just having a grand time.
It was weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird parts in this movie.
But it's just one of those slashers, man. I highly enjoy. I highly recommend. All right, Jeff. So how about I don't know what should we talk about now? Let's go with the killer. What do you think about this killer? I mean, we know him very well throughout the whole thing because he's the main character.
Yeah.
But
the main character, Eric.
Eric or Cody, whoever he is that day.
He changes his name later on to Cody Jarrett, which I believe he makes his stage name or so. The killer, honestly, I feel bad for him. Like you can just kind of tell that he's just a dude who had some sort of aspiration in his life, and
everyone shits on it and on him.
Life was definitely tough on him, so he hides in movies, and he's just detached from the world, and and it's really kind of sad. Like you feel bad for the guy, because I think really the way I kind of saw it in the movie was I feel like if he hadn't gotten stood up by that girl,
we wouldn't have a movie.
He wouldn't have snapped. He would have been okay, and it's really just kind of a sad story in a way, but I liked it. It was a really good movie, and I think
super well done for what it is.
Yeah, and I think the main character is definitely really interesting.
As far as me with you guys, I mean, we don't have a crisp cut outline of what the killer is. I mean, he's always changing his look, but I mean, he's got all the important things. To me, I mean, he's got a disguise for the most part in every single kill, which is, I mean, I'm a big mask guy, so I always like his identity concealed in some way, shape, or form. I mean, he has a great look. I mean, the seriousness in his face when he's these characters. I mean, he plays out. He's Dracula. He's the cowboy. He's the mummy. I mean, he plays these out like he's not Eric Binford. He's not Cody Jarrett or whatever it is anymore. He is that character. So I mean, he really brings this actor who played this guy had to play Eric playing these other characters, and I found that kind of fascinating to watch him do that. It's, as far as a killer goes, I think he's definitely. I mean, he's not a Michael Myers. He's not a Victor Crowley. He's not a Jason Voorhees. But I mean, he's definitely got his own thing. It's just it kind of changes throughout the whole thing, which is always entertaining to see what he's going to bring to the table next. I mean, and interlooping it with all these old classic movies, whether you've seen them or not. I mean, it's always fun to watch. I mean, they're all black and white for the most part.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can see the makeup in the background. He looks great. So I mean, as far as him being a look. Awesome. I mean, his attitude is just fine. He's obviously crazy. He talks, so I mean, he's nuts. He's kind of a Freddy Krueger-esque. I'm going to say esque because he's not a burnt child molester. But I mean, overall, I think this film had a very well done killer. So I'm happy with that. All right, so Jeff, how about maybe a favorite part that just kind of made you happy, or is this something that sticks out in your mind for the most part?
I think probably one of my favorite parts is when he dresses up like a gangster. Just his whole
Manner.
persona and everything he was doing was just every time he's a character, he's so spot on with everything, and it was just it's interesting. And I thought the gangster one was kind of funny. He says a wisecrack to the parrot in the room or area where the kill takes place, and yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I think that's the coolest part about this movie is like each one kind of has a an homage to an older film,
Right.
some famous scene or something, and you even actually get to see some little blips of the original films kind of flashed in and out of the movie, which was really interesting.
Definitely one of my favorite parts was it kind of throwback to Psycho. I mean, it is not exactly. I mean, he's dressed up like Dracula. He's not Mrs. Bates or anything like that. But I mean, he's dressed up like Dracula. He goes to the Marilyn's house. The girl who looks like Marilyn Monroe. I think her actual name was Marilyn too.
Yeah, I actually think.
Like she's in a shower. I mean, he's coming up to the shower like that, and you see something in his hand, but you don't know what it is until he opens the curtain. But I mean, he's kind of like pressing his face through the curtain to see if she's in there, even though it's obvious she's in there. But he kind of opens the curtain, and you see, like, you hear the music, you hear everything going on, and he has an ink pen in his hand, and then he like just doesn't do anything. He drops the pen. He runs away and says, "I just wanted your autograph." So I mean, this kind of the homage to a movie I've actually seen.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun because not too many of these I've actually seen. All right, guys. So for our recognizable face of the movie, which Jeff already blew, but that's okay. Mickey Rourke. I mean, we all know him. We love him. Expendables. I mean, Get Carter. Whatever you guys have seen him in. He's not exactly a horror, like much into horror movies, but I mean, he's a big name now, so that works for me. So that's our recognizable face. And let's go ahead and let's rate this movie, Jeff.
I'm gonna give this one an 8. And I just thought it was a great movie. It was really interesting. It's not your conventional slasher.
Nope.
None of the kills are really gruesome, but in a way they're all kind of memorable because of the nostalgia factor of some of them, especially if you've seen the movies. You're like, oh hey, I remember that part.
Yeah.
Or so I thought that aspect of the movie was really cool, so I'm going to give it an 8.
Good call. I mean, definitely, guys, this is one of those movies that's just, it's in the slasher genre, but it's definitely, it can stand alone on itself. Just because, I mean, like, there's so many different slashers out there, but so many of them are exactly the same. And so when you get one like this, I mean, another one I just come to mind because there's a poster of it in this movie is Tourist Trap. I mean, just something different kind of going on in there that's not make it such a quintessential slasher. I mean, it's not Friday the 13th, it's not Nightmare on Elm Street, it's not Halloween. I mean, so just being its own thing, the music in it was great, the atmosphere in it was great. I mean, just being in California, like seeing things that you've seen before if you've been there, or if you've just seen it in movies before. I love the killer. The rewatch value is on point because, I mean, I've only watched this movie twice, but I every time anyone ever talks about it, I just get excited about it because I actually like this movie because I'm into movies just like this guy, but I'm not about to snap.
He's
or
not
anything.
dangerous.
No, I mean, if I was, we'd probably know by now. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
If I want your autograph, Jeff, I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, guys. So with me, I'm honestly gonna go with an 8 because that's it's a very good call, especially since it's not a perfect movie. I mean, it's not there. It has its problems, and I mean, it's like I'm not gonna put that burden on this movie to try and tell you that's a perfect movie. I mean, it's damn right good, and it's got some great stuff going on in it. So 8 is where I'm gonna stand. I mean, me and Jeff, we're in it on this one. All right, guys. So that's gonna conclude us for episode 16. I mean, definitely. We're keeping on with the randomizer, you guys. It's going to be kind of our thing. But if you guys have a movie you want us to watch really, really bad, you guys want us to review it, let us know down in the comments, and we'll make that video. We'll dedicate it to you, YouTube. We'll say your name in the video if that's something you want. And then, yeah, we're hoping to have a special guest. We haven't had one in ages, so maybe we'll get a special guest sometime soon. It's just very difficult because me and Jeff work graveyard when all of our other people work normal.
Everybody's got like different, schedules.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to get people together.
It's a process.
Yeah.
All right, guys. But Jeff, if there's nothing else,
Nope.
that's gonna conclude it for us. So, guys, I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Enjoy what you see. Come for more. We got everything in playlists now, easy to find. So, as soon as we figure out this whole Facebook thing, we'll have links to that in our description. So, come back, check us out again, and we'll see you next time.